Oh, welcome back to my channel. You could see I'm using these headsets I got for Christmas. When I talk, I can barely hear myself speaking. So damn, I'm barely new to this headphones. I wanted these for a long time to record YouTube videos because with the mic. So that's why I'm gonna test them right now today. So yep. Starting today, I'll be using these headsets to record my YouTube channel. So far, starting today. So, welcome back. Damn, I can barely hear myself. It's hard, man. I don't know how YouTubers do this. Anyway, welcome, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Let me mention my name because that I could remember I never mentioned my name. My name is Dennis. My YouTube channel will now be called official Dennis D 109. That's the official name. Or less I will change it later on. Who knows? I may keep it as Dennis D 109. Who knows? But right now it's the official name is Dennis D 109. So if you're new, subscribe. What are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel. Anyway, I'm Dennis. We're here to talk about Royal Rumble. WWE Royal Rumble. It's coming soon on 2 weeks from now. And I'm doing an early video because most likely every time I talk about WWE, I always talk about it the same day of the pay-per-view. So this time, I thought I'll talk about it before the Royal Rumble, so people have time to see it. Because every time I talk about WWE pay-per-views, I record it the same day, and few hours of the pay-per-view is gonna start and people don't have time to see it. They see the pay-per-view, then they see my video all late, 3-4 days all late. So I want them to see my predictable video before the pay-per-view. So I'm gonna start doing videos before the pay-per-view starts. I'm gonna try my best. So welcome back to my channel. So we're gonna talk about WWE Royal Rumble. So far, they don't have a lot of matches, man. So far, disappointed. But over the years, Royal Rumble has been like that. They only promote like 4 matches: 2 Royal Rumbles, the women's, the man, and the WWE Universal Champion, and the WWE Champion. The women sometimes. So far, they only have 4 matches. Yes, 4 matches. They have the men's Royal Rumble. Supposedly, it's still 30. I guess it's still 30. Regular Royal Rumble. We haven't changed it to 50, 40, or something. It's just a regular 30 man Royal Rumble for the opportunity to get the title match for the world champion at WrestleMania 37. And they have the women's Royal Rumble match, and they have Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship in a last man standing versus Kevin Owens. And guys, excuse me if I'm screaming. It's because with this headset, I can't hear myself if I'm screaming or what. So if I scream, I'm sorry. I'm just trying my best. Remember, first time using these to record for YouTube. So please, okay? Sorry, okay? So let's start it. My opinions. Men's Royal Rumble. Who's gonna win the Royal Rumble? Really? It's hard to decide, man. It's hard to pick who is gonna win the Royal Rumble. Well, there's options that I could think. It's not predictable, or it's a little bit predictable, more a little bit. I say maybe Don Bryan will win the Royal Rumble this time because he hasn't won the Royal Rumble, but I'll be like, Don Bryan, he's not being pushed right now. But it doesn't matter because the winner of the Royal Rumble, they never get pushed. They get pushed into the Royal Rumble. I give you an example. Last year's Royal Rumble 2020, Drew McIntyre, right? Sorry if I'm screaming at everyone. I'm new to this. Anyway, Drew McIntyre won last year's Royal Rumble, right? Before he won it, he was losing. He was not getting pushed. He was losing for what? Like 1 year or two? I don't remember. He was losing. Then out of blue, random, Drew McIntyre wins on Monday Night Raw before the Royal Rumble. I don't know against who he won. I don't remember against who. Then the following week, sorry if I'm screaming again, the following week at Sunday's Royal Rumble last year, he won randomly. And he wasn't getting a push. So I've noticed the winners of the Royal Rumble, they're never pushed ahead of time. Okay, now I'm not screaming because I'm getting used to these headsets. So sorry if I'm screaming. So anyway, so Drew McIntyre, he was not getting a push, and he won. He won the match out of nowhere, out of the blue, random. And then he goes to WrestleMania and defeats Brock Lesnar. Wow, that was a big push. So random. Excuse me. So that could happen. No one's getting pushed. So maybe out of nowhere somebody gets pushed. Maybe Daniel Bryan, even though he barely comes out, he's not doing anything besides that. In WWE, a lot of wrestlers, superstars are not getting pushed. That's why WWE sucks. So maybe Daniel Bryan could finally win the Royal Rumble. But let me tell you something. If Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble, would he face Roman Reigns? Look, if it's Roman Reigns, I don't know what happened. It stopped recording, guys. Guess a problem issue with my tablet. Anyway, like I was saying, say Roman Reigns this Sunday, or not this Sunday, but you know what I mean. At the Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns retains the champion. He defeats Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns. Example. Then Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble match. Then he goes to WrestleMania and he wants Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Do you believe? Maybe I see it. Maybe I do see it a little bit. Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania. Do you see it? More or less. Maybe yes, maybe no. But do you actually believe? I'm not screaming because I'm getting used to it. Anyway, do you actually believe that Daniel Bryan will defeat Roman Reigns for Universal Champion? Do you really believe that? Comments below. Tell me. Comment. I say no. No. Daniel Bryan stopping Roman Reigns being on top? No, it needs to be somebody better to stop Roman Reigns. And it's not going to be Daniel Bryan. I guarantee it. If Randy Orton, I was going to say, if Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble, if then he faces Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, I hopefully not, Roman Reigns would retain the title. I bet you a lot. Roman Reigns will defeat Daniel Bryan. That's if Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble. Okay, who else could win the Royal Rumble? Say out of the blue, The Rock comes back, wins the Royal Rumble, because we've been hearing this for since last year, 2020, that The Rock was gonna come back to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Will it be The Rock versus Roman Reigns? Or maybe The Rock still faces Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. The Rock doesn't need to win the Royal Rumble, because the Royal Rumble winner could face the Raw for the Raw champion, WWE champion, versus Drew McIntyre. And The Rock, he's not number one contender. The Rock never earns a title match. Remember that. He just returns like a week later or 2 weeks before WrestleMania. We all know that happens to The Rock always. They don't have a big story. He returns close to WrestleMania and tells Roman Reigns, I challenge you for the Universal Champion at WrestleMania. Then we get The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. But the match will suck, because it'll be like The Rock is always just coming as a part-timer grabbing champions. Always. He defeated John Cena at WrestleMania. Then at the Royal Rumble 2013, he defeated CM Punk. The Rock just comes as a part-timer to win titles. I hate that. Anyway, would The Rock defeat Roman Reigns? Maybe yes, maybe no. Because The Rock defeated Roman Reigns. Then the next pay-per-view, The Rock's not going to come out into like SummerSlam. He's going to take forever. Then a rematch versus Roman Reigns, or what? Versus The Rock. Or less, Roman Reigns defeats The Rock. Nah, yes. Roman Reigns would defeat The Rock for WrestleMania. I say it. But be like, nah, who cares? They don't really hate each other. And The Rock, you were just helping your cousin to get more push. So I will not care about seeing that match. The Rock versus Roman Reigns for WrestleMania. I will not care. But who else could win the Royal Rumble? First, I thought was gonna be Goldberg, because supposedly he was gonna return before he came out on Raw to challenge Drew McIntyre. I thought Goldberg was gonna return maybe at the Royal Rumble, and I thought Goldberg was gonna win the Royal Rumble, then challenge Roman Reigns for WrestleMania, because that match we're supposed to have last WrestleMania. We're supposed to get Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. Wait, now that I think of, maybe the match, let's go back to Roman Reigns and Goldberg. I mean, yeah, both of them. Say Drew McIntyre defends the WWE champion versus Goldberg, right? Drew McIntyre, I say, right now we'll go back to the Royal Rumble match, right? Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg. The whole universe, the whole social media believes that Goldberg will defeat Drew McIntyre for the WWE champion. They believe, because Goldberg always does that. He's a part-timer WWE superstar. He always comes back and defeats the new superstar, gets the title and wins. And my video is stopping. Anyway, I'm back. Goldberg wins the match in seconds. Goldberg wins the matches in seconds. So a lot of people believe that Goldberg would defeat Drew McIntyre in few seconds. And 1, 2, 3 with the spear or hammer or whatever you call it. They believe that. But my opinion, like Goldberg is old already, I think Drew McIntyre will defeat Goldberg, and the whole universe is gonna be shocked. But not for me, because I'll be like, Drew McIntyre, you think you're the top superstar WWE. You're not that special, man, Drew McIntyre. Yes, trust. Don't get me wrong, fans. Don't get me wrong. Wrong. I was a Drew McIntyre fan back then. Right now, no, because the only reason to be honest, he's the only champion because they don't have no one's better besides Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. To be honest, they don't have no one else better. Sorry, excuse me if I'm screaming. Remember, I'm wearing the headset. I'm still new to this. Anyway, the only reason Drew McIntyre is champion because there's no one better. If it was back then, Drew McIntyre champion, I would be happy because he will defeat good ones. Right now, who else? Who he's just defeating guys they're not on top anymore. Yeah, you defeated Randy Orton, but Randy Orton he's not on top anymore. And you defeated Big Show. Who cares? Big Show retired already. You defeated him at WrestleMania. Who cares? And all more, they're not important. So I do believe Drew McIntyre would defeat Goldberg, especially Goldberg's the old timer Goldberg. I think WWE just put Goldberg so we can get a good big match. So people could believe, oh, Goldberg's gonna win the title, but in the end, Goldberg loses and Drew McIntyre wins and takes the WWE champion to WrestleMania. I do believe that. So Drew McIntyre wins, takes it to WrestleMania versus Drew McIntyre versus who? The Miz, maybe, because who else? Maybe at WrestleMania, Drew McIntyre versus The Miz, because The Miz is gonna cash in. He's gonna say, Drew McIntyre wanna cash in at WrestleMania or something. I hope not. I hope we don't get The Miz versus Drew McIntyre because it's not a big match. A match. It's not a big match. Damn, there's a lot of things to say, man. And Roman Reigns, the whole world knows Roman Reigns will defeat Kevin Owens. Because Kevin Owens, yeah, I am a fan, but not really. Especially Kevin Owens always loses title match after title match after title match. And really, he's not, to be realistic, Kevin Owens, he's not the top guy of WWE. He will never be the face of WWE. Maybe he will be champion one of the days again. Yeah, he was the Universal Champion back then, but how long does he last as champion? Sorry, I'm screaming, I know. How long did he last as the champion? Not a lot. Then did he became champion again? No, because he's not important. And Kevin Owens, he sucks. His promo, personality, he sucks. To be honest. And Kevin Owens, he really doesn't win much. He only defeated John Cena, and the only reason he even defeated John Cena because John Cena was already retiring, going out the door of WWE. So that's why. And big deal, he defeated Shane McMahon, but on the fifth tries, he was always losing. He's a loser, Kevin Owens. To be honest, he's not always the top guy. What else? So yep, Roman. That is stopping my video. I don't know why. Anyway, Roman Reigns. The whole world knows that he would defeat Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble. Then Roman Reigns taking the Universal Champion to WrestleMania. So Roman Reigns is winning the last man standing match. And right? So really, who is Roman Reigns gonna face at WrestleMania? I really don't know. It's hard to think, man. I don't know. I I think at WrestleMania it's just gonna be random. How whoever say it's gonna be Drew McIntyre versus The Miz for the WWE champion, I'll be like down. Then Roman Reigns versus say Daniel Bryan or The Rock. I'll be like, nah, who cares? It's gonna be matches that we don't care. I don't really care about. Who else will win the Royal Rumble besides Daniel Bryan? You know who? It will make sense. Seth Rollins. He hasn't returned, and I heard Seth Rollins will be returning soon. So maybe Seth Rollins comes back to the Royal Rumble and wins. He has won. He has won Royal Rumbles matches before, and And to be honest, Seth Rollins is more important than Daniel Bryan. Seth Rollins do does go on top and wins and get title matches. Seth Rollins. So maybe Seth Rollins, I say, yes, if I have to pick, Seth Rollins returns at the Royal Rumble, wins the Royal Rumble, and instead of because he's on SmackDown, instead of Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE champion, Shield versus Shield. I will make it former members. Shield versus Shield. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. That's my match. What do you guys think? Comments below. Would you like to see that match? Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the WWE champion. And I do believe Seth Rollins would defeat Roman Reigns. I do believe it. Comments below. Who do you think could defeat Roman Reigns? Because I think Roman Reigns, depending who it is, if it's somebody part-timer, Roman Reigns would retain the champion at WrestleMania. But if it's somebody that could be on top, he could lose the title to Seth Rollins. But if it's Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns still defeats Daniel Bryan. So all depends who it is. Who is facing Roman Reigns. Example, if it's Roman Reigns versus The Rock, Roman Reigns wins. Excuse me. Who else? So that's what I think. Now let's go for the Women's Royal Rumble match. 30 Women's Royal Rumble match. My winner of the Women's Royal Rumble match. Sorry if I'm screaming again. I'm trying not to. My opinion, to get the opportunity for WrestleMania, it will be Alexa Bliss. Especially, I'm a big fan of Alexa Bliss. Especially Alexa Bliss hasn't wrestled for like what, a year or 2 years now? When was the last time Alexa Bliss had a match besides this week on Raw? I think it was, what, 2019, 20? Around there? It's been a while for Alexa Bliss. So maybe Alexa Bliss could be winning the Royal Rumble. Especially she announced to the world this week that she will be in the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble. So you keep stopping. Maybe Alexa Bliss, she's number 30. Say Charlotte, whoever's the last standing there, then Alexa Bliss, the lights turn off. Boom, boom, boom. Whatever. Like the entrance. Black, like Bray Wyatt. Yeah, the whole arena Thunderdome is dark. Then Alexa Bliss appears and has the finisher Kiss Annabelle, whatever you call it. Annabelle Kiss or whatever, you know what I mean. So whoever's last standing there does the finisher, then eliminate the opponent. Then that's how Alexa Bliss wins the Royal Rumble. Then she gets the opportunity to get main event WrestleMania again. I want Alexa Bliss to win the Royal Rumble. I want her to get the opportunity to go to WrestleMania. But would she face Asuka or from SmackDown? Who it is? Hold on, let me think. Or Sasha Banks. I say Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks because Sasha Banks, to be honest, she's not the greatest. She will not last long with the title. To be honest, Sasha Banks will lose the title to Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania. So I say it. Sasha Banks versus iCarly. I was gonna say versus. What did I say? I forgot. Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's Champion at WrestleMania. What do you guys think? Comments below. Who will win the Women's World Rumble? Who will win? So if it's that Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's Champion, what is Asuka gonna do for WrestleMania? She has the Women's Tag Team Champion and the WWE Raw Women's Champion. Maybe she's not gonna defend the Raw Women's Champion. She's not gonna defend it. She's just gonna defend the Women's Tag Team with Charlotte versus somebody at WrestleMania. Talking about the women's division, Charlotte and Asuka, what's going on? They're not even working together as a story. Charlotte has her own story on her father, Charlotte Flair and Lacey Evans, and Asuka is nothing to do with it. She barely comes to Raw. So what's with Asuka and Charlotte? What's going on? Who knows? WWE fucked up. No one has a story. And so far, that's what we have for Royal Rumble. We don't have too many matches. We only have 4. Would the United States champion will be defended? Maybe. If it's so, on a kickoff show preview, would the Raw Tag Team Champion will be defended? SmackDown Tag Team Champion will be defended? Who knows? Will we get more title matches for pay-per-view? Of course. I don't think we're just gonna have 4 matches and 2 championships matches. I think we're gonna get more, but we'll see. What they're gonna announce this week on Raw and SmackDown. They need to add more. Have to. So that's what I think, guys. Who's gonna win the World Rumble? Comment below who will win the Men's World Rumble and the Women's. That's what I got so far. Let me know your opinion, what you think is gonna happen for WrestleMania. Okay? So before I go, if you're new, like this video, subscribe for more, and guys, be careful going out. The virus is getting worse and worse. Wear a mask, be safe, and be careful. Okay, guys? So see you guys next week. Hopefully this mic work. With my headset, I'm screaming. I don't know. I can barely hear myself. So anyway, hopefully it did work. Sorry with the video stopping. The video will stop. Sorry about that. So talk to you guys later. So yep, World Rumble in 2 weeks. Let's see what matches they're gonna add. So take care, guys. Gotta go. See you guys next time. Subscribe.